Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy, fantastic Friday to each and every one of you. So I hope you all have had a wonderful day today. My day has been, actually, it was kind of touch and go because my body still hurts. I told you all I had a seizure a couple of days ago, and so when you have seizures, it just takes a toll on your body. So if you didn't watch that video, now you know. And so my body is still a little sore, but otherwise I feel good. Today has just been a great day, a very productive day, but a great day nonetheless. And one of my entrepreneur starters, Tim and I, we started the entrepreneur ministry.
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. We started the entrepreneur ministry at our church, and so today we went and we did career day at a school here in the DMV area, which was a lot of fun. We got to speak in front of 3 classes, or classrooms, I should say, and it was really, really interesting. And so luckily, one of the ladies that works there, she is a member of the church, and so she's going to make sure we get put down for future invites, and I'm so looking forward to that. So having said that, you guys, let me jump on into today's video because I just realized I have a Zoom call in 30 minutes. So I need to get this video done so that I can get on to my call, because I have a client at 7 o'clock, and then after that I can finally let my body just rest for the rest of the evening. Yesterday, that's all I did, so today I was kind of back to myself a little bit, well, more so than yesterday. And so I'm going to rest a little bit more, and I'm going to rest over the weekend. Now, today's topic, I'm going to be sharing some principles of the Stoic mindset. Let me air quote, Stoic mindset, okay, that could transform your life. Now, I decided, instead of trying to cram all of this into one video, I'm going to do it into 2 videos. So I'm going to give you the first 5 today and then the second 5 tomorrow. So, number 1, use setbacks as signposts. I love that. So as bad as setbacks feel, they're very much so a part of having a rich and fulfilling life. Learn all the lessons that you can as you see setbacks as a signpost, not a stop sign. Now, notice I said a signpost. A signpost is a sign that says stop, or says yield, or says proceed with caution, or whatever the sign may say. It doesn't say stop. I said stop, but y'all, you know what I mean. Yeah, I want you to do everything but stop. I want you to slow down, but then keep going. You know, there's a song, not Willie Jolly. He wrote a book, and it's called A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback. Y'all, that is one of my favorite books. I remember we read that back when our church was still on our street, and it's just a phenomenal book, and it teaches you how to take setbacks, however small or large they may be, and know that it's a setup for a comeback. See, I always believe that when God allows you to go through some things, it doesn't matter what size that thing is, but when God lets you go through something, honey, he's about ready to set you up for something big. And in order for him to set you up with something big, he's got to take some things away from you, or he's got to knock you back just a little bit so that you can fully appreciate the thing that he's getting ready to give you. Number 2, judge less, understand more. I love that. Can I say that one more time? Judge less, understand more. One of the basic tenets of the Stoic mindset is to weigh your emotions. So when you're able to understand your own emotions, you can then be able to empathize with other people. If you can detach yourself from your negative judgment, you will then be able to really see a situation for what it is, and then calmly, notice I said calmly, decide how you want to respond. You know, to me, when I saw that, I thought, you know what, that is so important, and so many people need that. So many people need that, because too often we get caught up in how somebody looks, meaning how they look, you know, and because they can't help the way they look, you know, they are a product of their parents. So we get caught up with how people look. We get caught up with how people dress. We get caught up with how people are raised, where they're from, who they know, how much money they have, what they drive, where they work. What else? I mean, just whether they have money or not, the list can go on and on and on. And we get so caught up in those things that we don't stop to see the person for who they really are. Because here's the thing, you can wear the latest clothes and you can have a pocket full of money and you can still be the biggest you know what in the world. I'm going to let you fill in the blank on that one, but you get where I'm going with it. And so that's why I always tell people it is so important not to just look at the things that people have and determine whether they're good people or not. Because guess what? You have some well-dressed psychopaths. Let's just keep it all the way real. Jeffrey Dahmer, case in point. I remember when I was taking psychology classes. I'm sorry. When I was taking psychology classes, I remember we studied Jeffrey Dahmer, and he looked like your average, everyday individual. Nothing seemed off about him that I could tell anyway. But look at the things that he did. Okay, so you've got to be very careful about judging people based on how they look or what they wear or where they live, because that means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. And I'm gonna share this with you real quick, and then we're gonna move on. But I remember my sister when she bought her house, and I remember when she went to IKEA to look for furniture, and people that look like most of us, okay, or I should say people that look like me, decided that because she and my sister-in-law had on sweatpants and a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, because I think it was like fallish, yeah, that, you know, they weren't going to waste their times seeing if they needed any help, because I'm pretty sure they don't want much, maybe a lamp or something. And so the little short white gentleman came around, was like, ladies, how are both of you all today? And my sister-in-law, my sister-in-love, they both said, we're fine, how are you? He said, I'm wonderful. How can I help you ladies out today? And my sister said, well, no, my sister-in-law, she said, well, my sister here, she just purchased a home, and we're coming to fill her home with furniture from top to bottom. And my sister-in-law made sure she said it loud enough so that the Brady Bunch over there could hear what she just said. And then, of course, they looked around like, oh, wow. You know, we missed out on a great opportunity. Yeah, you did. You missed out because you looked at them and you saw that they had on a sweatpants, a sweatshirt, and a t-shirt, because it's Saturday, of course. And I think, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the fall. So it wasn't whether that you didn't have to have something on your arms, but you didn't necessarily need a coat either. And so you judge them based on the way they were dressed, by what they were probably coming into the store for. Well, the joke was on them, because my sister, loud and proud, said, we're here to furnish her home. And I mean to tell you, the looks was like, dang. Yeah, see, that's why I say be careful how you treat people based off how they're dressed or based off something that they're wearing. Or you may think, well, they're not wearing the latest Coach bag, so they must not have any money. No, not true. They just choose to keep their money in their wallet and not put it on a purse. Come on, somebody. Now, if that's what you like to do, that's fine, because I do. I love my Coach bags. Don't get me wrong. I do love my Coach bags. However, and because I like to keep my money in my wallet as well. Number 3, win by not focusing on winning. Stoics focus their energy on making the right choices, all energy should go into what you do have control over. If you think this way all the time, it will actually increase the chance of achieving your intended results. Too often, you guys, and y'all know I'm telling the truth, but too often we get so caught up with the things that we can't change. We get so caught up with the negative things that you have all this great stuff over here that's just sitting, because all your time and energy is spent on the stuff that you can't change, and it's negative anyway. So I want you to start taking your focus and putting it on the things that you can change, as well as the positive things. See, I don't deal with negativity. I don't. I choose not to. So I tell people in a minute, if you want to come to me with a bunch of negativity, you might want to go on somewhere else with that, because I don't have time for it. I'm not spending my energy on it. I'm just not, okay? Because I have better things to do. So again, focus your time and attention on those things that you can change, and you're more than likely going to be able to achieve the desired result that you were looking for. Number 4, what's good for the team is good for you. Y'all, this is powerful. I love this. What's good for the team is good for you. So, Stoics have always been determined to trust everyone. Have always been determined to treat everyone good, just as they would treat themselves. So this means that we treat everyone good, no matter where they come from, their race, personality, where they live, what they drive, or how much money they have. You are part of the greater whole. And if you do something that isn't good for the community, then it's not good for you either. This was so powerful, y'all. I could not wait to share it with you. And everything I'm sharing with you will be in the description box. But if you keep that mindset, you know what? I do believe that this world would be a much better place if people thought that way, if everybody thought that way, that we are a part of the greater whole. And if I do something to my community or in my community that's not good for the community, then it shouldn't be good for me either. And if everybody thought that way, oh my. Number 5, last but not least, accept your fate. And then in parentheses I have, in some cases, learn to love it, okay? So the Stoic mindset is not only about making the best of every situation, but actually learning to love it. We can't deny reality. If you both accept and love your fate, you can handle anything that life brings your way. And again, it goes back to that whole thing of spending your time and energy on things that you have control over. Sometimes our fate is a result of choices that we made. Sometimes it's a result of where you happen to live, who you know, who you don't know, where you don't live, who your parents are or were in some cases for some people. But the reality is that your fate is what it is. And y'all know I can't ever go without throwing God in the mix, okay? So whatever your fate in life is, God already knows what it is. And he knows whether or not you can do something about it. Because sometimes, well, no, let me not even say that, because I do believe that our fate is our fate. It is what it is. Now, there may be some rare occasions where you can kind of tweak it just a little bit. But for the most part, your fate is what it is. And so when I say to love your fate and accept it, what I'm talking about is, you know that you get on the scale once the first of every month. Well, at least I do. And I know that if I don't log my food in, if I don't eat the foods that I'm supposed to be eating, that scale is going to go up. It's not going to come down. And so I have to, when I get ready to step on that scale, I say my prayer, as I always do. I say, Lord, now you know I didn't always do the things that I was supposed to do over this past month. But if you could just show me some grace, oh God, I'm going to get it together next month. And that's just, it is what it is. However, I have come to accept my fate. Meaning that if I know that I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I get on that scale and that number goes up, and it doesn't come down, then I have to not only accept my fate, I have to love what I see, because guess what? It could have been worse. Same thing with maybe a job that you have. It may not be the job that you want, but guess what? It's putting money in your pocket. It's taking care of your bills. And you might have that job because of your fate dealing with something else. So guess what? Accept it. Learn to love it. Now understand what I didn't say. You never heard me once say settle for what you have. I did not say that. And I did not say that purposely, because I want you to understand that just because you have to accept your fate, and you may even have to love it because that's what you have at the moment, it doesn't mean that you have to be stuck there. It does not mean that you cannot work towards something bigger and better. All I'm saying is use the Stoic approach to love where you are at the moment, while you work towards doing something, having something, and being something better. That's all I'm saying. Because otherwise, y'all, let me just say this. Otherwise, all you're going to do is just stress yourself out. And you're stressing yourself out over something that you cannot change anyway. Remember I talked about in the very beginning about accepting the things that you can change and focusing only on those things and not the things that you can't change. Okay? So, having said that, you guys, that is it. That is all. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to transform your life. See, here's the thing. Some of you, I'm not going to say you have a bad life, because I would never say that about anybody. My lips are a little greasy, y'all. But some of you can, if you really work hard, you can transform your life into something so much better. I know too many people who are not living up to their full potential. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad, because there's so much more in you if you would just decide that, okay, I'm going to love where I am. I'm going to accept where I am as I work on getting to the next level. Some of you love where you are and accept where you are, and that's where you stay from now until God calls you home. And if you're happy with that, you know what? So am I. As my Aunt Ann says, if you like it, I love it. Who am I to judge? But what I'm saying for the rest of us is that wherever you are, if you're not fully happy being there, well, if that's not where you ultimately want to be, accept it for now. Learn to even love it for now as you move towards getting to that next level, okay? And that will make your life so much easier. Now, I know somebody in the back of the room is saying, but Michelle, doesn't that mean that I'm just accepting it and I'm okay with it? I didn't say you had to necessarily be okay with it. I said accept your fate. Because 9 times out of 10, you're in the situation you're in because of something you said and or did, or something you didn't say and or do that you should have done. And so now your fate is whatever it is that wherever you find yourself right now. All I'm saying is accept it, because that's where you are at the moment. But as you work towards getting to where you really want to be, okay? So having said that, you guys, again, hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to begin to transform your life. Because oftentimes, too many times I should say, I talk to people who are content with just being where they are, And it's kind of frustrating for me, especially if I know that you have more in you, that you have so much more in you, and yet you're just content with where you are. And that's unfortunate. You know, again, it's your choice to make, but it's just unfortunate. So really think about that, okay? Having said that, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come back tomorrow, you guys, for part 2 of this topic, and we'll wrap that up and then come back again on next week, okay? If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. Where I am right now is 68 degrees. It is quite windy. I will say that. It is quite windy, and the skies are dark. It was raining earlier, so I don't know if we're going to get any more rain tonight, but I do believe we're going to get some rain tomorrow and through the weekend. But like I said, it's windy, so if you're going out, take a jacket with you. You don't necessarily need a winter coat, but you might want to take a jacket with you because it is quite windy outside. And as always, no matter where you go, what you do, have fun. Have tons of fun. Especially if you have worked your behind off this week, you deserve to have fun. Just be careful about where you're going. Be careful with who you decide to hang out with, okay? Make me that promise that you're going to go out and have fun, but you're going to do so in a cautious way, being very careful about your environment. And some environments you might just want to stay out of. I don't know what those are. Only you do. So do your research, because some environments you truly do want to stay out of. I just want you to have fun and come back tomorrow so that I can pour into you yet again. Having said that, I love you all. You know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do about it, because nothing is going to change. I love you all. I want nothing but the best for you. This is why I come and pour into you all 4 times a week, when I could just do it once a week and be okay with it. But I do it 4 times a week because I'm always coming up with topics that I cannot wait to share with you, and for you to hear and to get into your spirit and begin to look at how you live life. Look at the choices that you make, the goals that you set for yourself, all of that great stuff. Because like I said, I want nothing but the best for you. The best is yet to come, but I need you to believe it. See, I believe it. I believe it, and I know it's going to happen, but I need you to believe it. Do your part, and you will definitely see so much more than what you're seeing right now. Love you all. We'll talk again tomorrow.